Hello, ladies. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is just a really quick live that I wanted to pop in here and do for you, ladies. I actually have to be out the door in 5 minutes, so I'm probably going to be a little bit late, but let's just get into this quick little video. So, the reason why I wanted to do this video because I just feel like this is something that needs to be said that I felt like maybe I haven't said it enough or haven't said it at all in any of my videos. But like I said, this needs to be said because I feel as though so many women come to me and they always tell me about what a guy told them or what this guy has been saying and this is what he said when I met him and this is the stuff like that. And I need you ladies to understand this I think very simple thing, but you need to understand this. So, how to know if a man is right for you? There is never going to be anything that a man tells you that is going to tell you if he is the right man for you. And you need to understand that and accept that. So don't go into any relationship, any date thinking that you have to say or ask rather 20 million questions about your trauma, your past relationships, or any question that you think you're gonna get the magic answer that you're looking for in that question. So many women, I mean, so many, all of them really, all say like, what should I ask the guy? What kind of questions should I be asking him? How should I vet him? And I made a video on this, and there are clear things that you can use to vet, but if you think you sitting there and asking a man, what was your past relationship like? What traumas have you been through? What do you think you could be doing better? Where do you see your life in 10 years? If you think those types of questions are actually going to get you anywhere, you will be rudely, terribly mistaken. And this is how so many women get played by men because men understand that a lot of you women just want to be told something. You just want to hear the words of affirmation. You don't actually need anything else. You just need something that sounds pretty. And that's what messes you ladies up. If you sit there and you ask a man about his past relationships and you actually think you're going to get anything but a lie, then you are fooling yourself and being ridiculous. Nobody, no man or woman is going to sit there and honestly tell you all of the problems and all of the things they have been through in their past relationship if they're not obsessed with the person still. If they know they did the woman wrong in any kind of way, he's not going to tell the story where he comes out looking like the bad guy. So what is the actual point of asking about it? It's a ridiculous question, and it's actually a question that I suggest never to ask. It's not a job interview. It's not like you can ask this kind of question and say, well, how was your past relationship? And then go fact check it with the last relationship. In a job interview, yes, sure, you can do that. You can ask them about their past previous experience at work, and then you can call the reference that worked at the company or whatever and actually get the information. That is not how life actually works in dating. And I made a video about this, about stop doing your dates like you're interviewing the person and actually feel out the vibe of the person. Like I said, you are not going to get any real answer from doing this in this kind of method. So it's actually pointless. It gets you nowhere. It actually just gets you to the point where he wants you to get to, because he knows all he has to do is tell you these sweet stories and you're going to fall into it and you're going to believe it. And that's exactly what I want you ladies to avoid. There's another thing that's going around of saying, you need to ask a man, what is your biggest trauma that you went through and how do you find yourself to get over it or whatever it is, or how do you deal with it? To think that, okay, you ladies need to stop thinking these dates, these men are like your patients in therapy. I know some of you have degrees and are therapists and all of this stuff, and some of you aren't. You're just, you just know the questions to ask. But this is not a therapy session. Nobody's gonna sit there, regardless if they've known you for 2 hours or 2 years. Nobody is going to sit there just because you're asking them this deep question that they may or may not even know how to process or explain or even can really identify yet, is going to sit there and tell you all of their deep trauma and have you judging them if they say the correct things or not about it. Like nobody's going to do that. And the men especially are not going to do that because they don't function in that way. They'll tell you whatever you need to hear because that's all you ladies do. You only want to hear certain things. So stop trying to be a therapist. Stop trying to ask them these deep questions and you think you're going to unlock something from them. You're not going to get anything from them but a lie. Because honestly, if somebody was doing that to me, I would lie to them too. I'm not a person who's going to just tell you everything you need to know. Oh, you like this? Okay, so let me just say something that goes to your ego about that. That's how people are. That's how people function. They don't just give you all the answers that are the real answer and then it's going to be correct. They just don't function that way. And that is something to remember when you are dating. And also even in a relationship, like stop trying to have these therapy sessions with your partner. That's not authentic and it's very awkward and you actually don't get anywhere with that. What you should be doing, because this is the thing, I need to give you a solution. What you should be doing on how to know if a man is right for you is by paying attention to his actions. It's not about the words, it is his actions. So many women I've spoken to have told me, he said that, he wants to get married. He said that he wants to buy a house. He said that he wants to do this and he wants to do that. He told me, he promised me, he did. What is he actually doing? What are his real actions? If he says he wants to get married, does he know your ring size? That's a real thing. Oh, well, I don't know. Then he doesn't want to get married. Let's be honest with ourselves so we're not wasting our time with people who are not serious and they understand. I'm telling you, men understand how easy it is to get with women because women just want to be told something. They don't actually need the proof. And they will hold their hat on the idea that you told them that you want to get married and you don't actually have to do it. And they also know that if they call you their wife or call you somebody significant, they don't actually have to marry you. They don't actually have to do the thing. So stop paying attention to these guys' words and look at their actions. Their actions will tell you everything you need to know about him. If he is a man of his word, everything he told you should be coming up like this. You shouldn't have to wait. You shouldn't have to guess. You shouldn't have to, say, well, he did say this and maybe this and make an excuse for him. It will show up. There is nothing he can say that's going to outweigh his actions. This is how you get messed up because you listen to what he's saying to you and then you look at the action that doesn't match, but you turn to, well, he did say this. That doesn't matter. His actions say something else. There are so many women that are in relationships for 5, 10 years because a man said, oh, if I would get married, I would definitely get married to you. I'm just not ready yet. Man, his action says he's not marrying you. He has not married you. He doesn't know your ring size. He doesn't even care to know what kind of ring you even would want. Like, honestly, when you meet a man and he is just feeding you things, and not actually doing anything to show you anything, then you need to be aware of his actions, not his words, because his words don't mean anything. His words don't pay the bills. His words, I mean, you can't even sell words to a bank. If you want to get a house, do you think the bank is just going to take your word for it that you have proof of funds and you make $1 million? They're not going to just take that. They need proof. They need to see the actual work that you have done to give you the ability to get a loan. That's how even something as big, but actually smaller than your actual love life, who you are as a person, you spending your actual precious time on earth doing, that's more important. No, I don't think so. Who you are as a person, the time that you spend, these relationships that you have, I would like to think are more valuable than a house. But a house requires more proof than you're asking from these men. Do not play yourself. You need to realize anything you can ask doesn't matter. A lot of these guys know the game. They know how to game you because they say, well, I'll just tell her this. Oh, I know a lot of women want to get married. Let me tell her that I want to get married. No proof. no actual ring, don't know your ring size, don't know nothing about it. Oh, I know women always want a man who's going to provide. Let me say that I'm a provider and I'm traditional. No bills paid, no actual proof of that, nothing. You get nothing out of it. And that is how you mess yourself up. So when a guy is sitting here telling you things, you sit back, you listen to what he says, but you watch what he does. Because what he says doesn't matter. It doesn't. People say a lot of things and they're usually lying. So forget about all of that and focus on the action. That's all I have today in this video. Like I said, I needed it to be quick. I needed it to be 5 minutes, but we made it 10 minutes. But that's basically it, ladies. Stop playing yourself with this idea that a guy will have all the right answers and that's your Prince Charming. Because so many guys have the right answers and they're playing you. Get that through your head. Nothing a guy can say will tell you anything more than his actions. His actions are king. That's the only thing you need to focus on. You need to be vigilant of is what he's actually doing, not what he's saying. All right. I'm going to get out of here because I actually have to leave. And yeah, if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, leave it in the comments down below and I will get back to them. Also, you ladies know that I have my feminine the feminine way of dating online course that's also in the description, so check that out, where I share even more tips and tricks just like this, but even more deeper for online dating, so you ladies can get the type of man that you actually want, and I tell you how to look out for these actions, not the words. So check that out if you may. It's really great and chock full of information in that. So I'll see you in the next slide. Maybe I'll come on tomorrow, or maybe when I get back I'll come on here if there's any questions or anything like that. All right, bye. I gotta go.